We live in critical times. As human beings, we generate a major impact on the earth. We need to consider our whole lifestyle. We face a situation, there is a climate emergency, immense swings in temperatures, highest degrees known on the earth in history. We experience the loss and decrease of fossil fuels. The number of creatures on the earth has dropped by 60% since 1970. Massive deforestation, the loss of trees, meaning the loss of the lungs of the earth, overpopulation, consumerism, capitalism, the exploitation of people, animals and the environment. This is a crisis. It is a crisis of a high magnitude. That means we have to respond to it. Sadly and unfortunately, and all too human, unhappiness, anxiety and despair set in. It is part of the problem because it cripples activity. We cannot expect nor ask ourselves to suddenly wake up individually, one at a time, and emerge out of the unhappiness, despair, or indifference that we may show. We will not be able to do that alone. Please be absolutely clear about this. You will only change, you will only make a contribution through intentional cooperation and connection with others. That's the fact. Because the situation is so large, we, as human beings, individually feel so small, it's not surprising, is it, that we feel the weight of the circumstance. But when women and men come together, and children, and cooperate together, we are empowered. We can act. The most important actions which are taking place on this earth at this time is not in party politics. It's not through the leaders of government, the presidents and the prime ministers and their cabinets. They are often the last people to know what is happening on this earth. Their personal self-interest to keep office for the next 5 years is their priority. Therefore, it is non-party politics, grassroots movement, people like you and me who will make this change. And if we don't do it, it will not happen. So my encouragement to you is get out of your house, find out where events are taking place. Do not rely on online. That so-called parallel universe is not the real world. It can support, it can put the good word out, but it does not change anything. People change in the real world through connection, through organising, through speaking, through campaigning, through disrupting the system. So my invitation to you, my encouragement to you is to keep your heart and mind open. What can you do? And a human being, as human beings, we are known by our action. We are known by our engagement. There's plenty you can do at home. You can reduce the use of the heating. You can reduce the use of electrical appliances. You can turn off the air conditioning. You can adopt a vegan diet to reduce the amount of methane from the animals and the destruction of the land and the forests for cattle and the dairy products. Reduce all of that. So there's that in the personal and family life, which is a contribution, and there is the cooperation with others. Keep your voice alive. Speak up. Don't be shy. Keep questioning. Keep asking your authorities, your institutions, your politicians, the education, the people that you work and cooperate, the businesses, the corporations. Keep the voice alive. And that voice is the voice will bring about change. It is not too late, but it requires your cooperation. Thank you for lending an ear.